Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender Show. I'm Mal Lee, your host for this evening, and as they say, like every other evening, but it's not like every other evening, is it? Sometimes on Friday evening we have our young commentators. Last night we didn't, unfortunately, because they're on a Christmas break, and I wish them all the very, very best indeed, and they'll be back with us in January sometime, and I'll give you an announcement when they are back. In the meantime, it's one of those hectic days, isn't it? You've all been out, you've all been shopping. Dear me, what has it been like around the towns? Not just the towns, your local areas, all the shops, mad busy. It's great for the retailers, I suppose, because they're all making loads and loads of money, but is it really any good to them one day or one weekend per year when you have a really, really busy schedule to do? And 9 times out of 10, we'll have some shops open on Christmas Day, so if you run out of anything, just nip around to the corner shop and buy a little top-up if you have it in stock. So it's not the end of the world, is it? But something it is. When you're looking at these supermarkets and the food is sky high, it's in the trolleys, you would think it was the end of the world. You really would, but well, albeit for one day, and that one day is Christmas Day. And I'll be working the first few hours on Christmas Day before I venture home. As everyone knows, I'm a support worker, so every single year I tend to work on a Christmas Eve through till Christmas Day. Other staff, spare a thought for all the support workers and care workers all around. Well, when we say now care workers, if anyone knows a support worker's role, it basically is becoming care work now, and they've wangled it in where it used to be two separate entities. Now they're wangling things in, so it's confusing. Your support work, so if you're looking for a support worker's job, don't be too surprised if they start saying you have to start doing the care work now, which is hands-on. Excuse me. But you don't get the hands-on money, by the way. You know, we've got the NHS care workers, and all the support workers do exactly the same courses as the NHS care workers as well. You have to qualify for them, so wherever you go, whatever you're doing, that's where you're ending up, and it really is hard work for less pay, I assure you. Now, we all have a duty of care, that's what we say, we all have a duty of care, but obviously in our job that duty of care has to come into perspective. It really, really does. It's tough, as I say, the majority of us all work over the Christmas period. We get thanked, we get a bonus sometimes, a bonus over the year, you know, we're lucky enough. I know some people don't get anything, we're lucky enough to get at least £25 off a company for all that work that you do. That's us. That's support workers. We're really, really wanted in this UK. Yes, we are. We're sought after. Anyway, it really is tough work, and obviously 2024, it gets a little bit too hard in the support work, and I don't mind saying this whatsoever, whether my bosses are watching or not, but at the end of the day, it really is a tough role. And obviously I think the majority of support workers will be looking elsewhere anyway to try and better themselves in other work, including myself. That's the way you want to be, you've got to be. You've got to find something that will really motivate you and keep you sane, basically. It really, really will. Anyway, enough about work. What is it? It's Christmas Eve. That's what it is. Christmas Eve. So, in other words, it's Christmas Eve tomorrow, and everyone, and I think the shop shuts around about 4 PM tomorrow, so you've got till that time, 24 hours plus to do your favourite shopping, because you only have 2 more sleeps before the big day. One of those is tonight. So enjoy yourselves, dress up as your Santas, get yourselves motivated, because the big day is on its way. It's on its way, and we're all looking forward, well, hopefully you're all looking forward to a nice Christmas break. being together, families together, kids, big smiley faces if they're lucky enough to have toys this Christmas. And well done, hats off to all these companies, including radio stations, people getting together to give kids, disadvantaged children and families that extra special gift for Christmas, you know, whether it be one, whether it be none. People are there throughout this world, you know, helping out. And as I was speaking about Tim Edwards yesterday, brilliant, getting involved in the community. The majority of people who want to pull the weight together and bring people together is phenomenal. It's just unreal. I love every one of you. Hats off to you all. You all have a heart of gold. Honestly, you certainly do. We'd love to hear your stories after this in the new year. Please, what you've done to make a difference within the community. If you did, you know, no one's knocking it if you didn't, because if you haven't got the time, you haven't got the time to do things that other people are doing. But well done to each and every one of you who have helped, and thankfully the weather looks like it's going to be a little bit milder. Yeah, high winds, but at least there's not going to be worries about freezing cold and worrying about people on the streets and in little blankets and cardboard boxes through ice, through snow. Thankfully it's going to be a little bit milder, and you know, that will help to get these poor people through it. But it doesn't mean that they don't need help and support as well. So if you'd pass and check on them, and especially the elderly as well, you know, loneliness at Christmas is a big thing, isn't it? We just need to make sure that if you've got a pensioner living close to you, just give a little knock, see if everything's all right, thumbs up, and see if there's anything that they need, and make sure that they're warm enough anyway, because it's still cold for them. I'm not saying you can't keep your heating off, but unfortunately people on the streets can't put even any heating on, and the energy bills don't worry them, do they? That's what the government will look at and think they're not bothered, you know, don't need heating. Dear me, yeah, this day and age, 2023 going into 2024, and everyone's still appealing to help people. It doesn't make sense, and you heard my show yesterday as well. It doesn't make sense whatsoever. Now I'm talking on all about this because it is an important period in Christmas, and we know that we need to bring people together if we possibly can. Don't Cross the Line's been doing that since 2003 up till 2023-24. It's amazing what we're doing and what we're achieving with people, bringing more on board, and our Heart of Gold initiatives as well. We want that going through the roof in 2024. You'll hear a lot more about that, I assure you. On November we had that big presentation evening for our award winners, didn't we? And do you know what, the people who got involved in it, and obviously we want that to be annual. We can make a difference, a massive difference, honestly we can, for you, for the people out there and the communities. We really can. So it was hard work, and I've never recovered from it at the moment, because you still got to get on with your job. You've got to get on with your other motivating things, your young commentators, the kids' voice box. Don't Cross the Line, that has to go, because the Respect campaign 2024 will soon be here. We don't get a minute, we start in January, start working on that, trying to get the clubs and people on board in the community and the football teams. Please, you can this year, get involved with us. And I'm hoping to team up with Grassroots Football UK, once again, with Paul from Newcastle out there. Well done, Paul, to all the staff he has there and his family as well, because he works closely with his family doing this as well. And I had the pleasure of calling up to see Paul in Newcastle building what he has, building his business in Grassroots Football UK. So yes, we'll keep you informed exactly what we plan to do together. If we can do something together, we will do something together. And it'd be nice to see Paul. I haven't seen him for a good few years now. We message now and again, but we keep in touch. So all our supporters out there, thank you very much indeed. Keep on board with us. We love your support, all the community teams out there, the football teams. We still are making a difference in grassroots football. We keep banging the drum for respect, no ref, no game. Everyone is working together to make a difference, and boy, are we making a difference. We need to keep our referees within the game. And you might have heard over the last few weeks, you know, I talk to referees day in, day out, and message them day in, day out, and we're all keeping together, we all keep on board, and we work together. And we just want to make sure that we keep all our referees officiating, should we say. So we need to continue the good sportsmanship and sportspersonship on and off the field of play, especially on the touchlines. And just remember, before you start having a go at the referee, it is only a game. You've got to let the kids develop in their football, and you've got to let young referees as well develop their skills, even the experienced referees as well, because they want to come down a level. It sounds mad when I'm saying come down, but the lower levels are, well, when we say the level 1, we don't have a level 1, yeah we can do. There's level 7, they all start off at level 7 and then they come down level 4s, level, you know, not like level 1 in football where your coaching courses level 1, level 2, level 3, they go up. Referees courses, they come down on their levels to make them a lot bigger and better. That's what it is. So they all start off at a level 7 in refereeing. That's all the kids' games, the under 7s, under 8s, you know, but we've got to respect them. All the kids are developing. There's not many of those kids out there who will make it to refereeing, but you'll have a good handful of them each time I meet them as well, young referees. They want to go further. Young Callum Sutton out there, he really does want to go further. He will go further, I assure you. So good luck, and good luck to our young Dan, who's refereeing and officiating there as well. He's doing rather well, and people are talking about him already because he wants to make a difference in grassroots football, and he really wants to learn, and that's the difference. And we've been giving Dan and the young lads a voice here at Done Cross the Line over the years, and we continue to do that. Wayne used to be involved with us, as you know yourself, but he's gone missing. The kids will skit him and give him red cards week in, week out. And obviously people come and go, and I'd like to thank all the friends who stuck together with us throughout the year and really have made a difference with us, because it is bringing people together. And I'm really thirsty today, I'm sorry. Just like your football clubs, they want to bring fans together from all over the world, don't they? And supporters, it's not just local supporters, we know that. If your team's good enough, we'll have thousands and thousands of supporters all over the world. You can't knock it, you'll never change it. And Scousers always have the banter, who's got the furthest field supporters, and they're always there week in, week out. You'll always hear that. And we know we've got a lot of Irish supporters, same as Manchester United, a lot of Irish supporters there. And we know Everton are starting picking up on the Irish supporters and the Welsh supporters, and all the banter is, they all come from Wales. All the banter from Everton is that we have all the Irish coming in, and the foreigners, let's say other countries coming in. And maybe somewhere along the line, you know, we hear Jurgen Klopp going on about the atmosphere at Anfield. I've noticed a difference. I used to be, honestly, week in, week out, football mad fan. Still am. You know, the armchair supporter things have gone now. There's a lot of people who can't get into games, who want to get into games, who can't. If your team is followed well, you know, like your Liverpool, your Everton, you can get season tickets at the moment. Bramley-Moore Dock, when they move to there next year, I think it is. What's going to happen to Goodison Park over this time? What's going to happen in the community? But fans from all over the world will come to them. I worry about seeing that Bramley-Moore Dock, you know, who's going to be thrown in the River Mersey if Everton lose, or, you know, it looks really, I think they're going to have to build the fence a little bit higher. Anyway, that remains to be seen. We don't want anyone getting thrown in there after a football match, do we? Especially in the icy weather. Oh dear me. Anyway, no, we won't talk about that one. But yeah, fans, we talk about fans, and we're talking about bringing people together within the grassroots. I won't say family anymore, because it's not family, because grassroots is all individual now. You've got your FAs, you've got your organisations, all individual, and you know, teams, if it was the grassroots football family, teams would be together supporting each other now. What I've been noticing over the year, and I've been doing a little bit of an experiment, we have a top team, under 8s, and let's just say a team that's developing their football in under sevens, but the top team that we were very, very lucky to get together to, you know, it's one of those things where you get kids who can play football, and the kids are absolutely tremendous. And the experiment part of things is, because these kids are winning, everyone dislikes them. Now, it doesn't, what I'm saying about dislike, this is what happens. If you've got a good team and your team is going away and winning things, then people do not like, other teams do not like playing it, other teams will look for excuses to try and do things against it. And I've watched this over 2 years, I really, really have. So bringing in another team, let's say a developing team, who weren't as strong as the under 8s, and they were basically losing most games when they were playing because they're developing. But we were lucky, as we say, with our under 7s last year up to under 8s, that this was a very, very strong team, and one of the players is at the academy, and this team gets accused of every player being at the academy, and they're not. They've got it far wrong. It's one player who is on academy books, and that is it out of the under 8s, none obviously in the under 7s. And over the weeks, over the tournaments, the under 8s were really, or are really, really strong. And the people will run them down regardless. No one likes to play them. People will start having a word against them. And unfortunately, this is grassroots. And I'll talk about families. They're not families. They're segregated. Now, does this happen in your part of the world? Do you, as a strong team, feel victimised by other teams who dislike you because you're winning? I've watched. And you know what? Our team, who were the weaker team, should we say, developing team, who weren't winning, who were struggling to win a game, they're loved. People want to play it. People want to play that team, and there's never a bad thing said about them. Well done, you know, they've had a go, well done, well done. And people want to play friendlies. The top team, people don't want to know them. People struggle to play them because of the dislike. And believe me, I've seen the balance, and I've watched and I've listened, and I've taken it all in, that grassroots football can be very, very nasty indeed. It really can. Now, I'd love your feedback on this, mal@don'ttexttheline.com. I'd like to know what you feel, whether I'm correct. If you have a strong team, people want to destroy you in certain ways, not on the football pitch, but all around you. And if you have a developing team, not so strong, people respect you more. I believe that playing a developing team against a stronger team will bring those kids on. I love to watch strong teams against a developing team because it improves the kids, it doesn't embarrass the kids. This is my opinion. I just think that grassroots football should be brought together like this. Not playing academy teams, I'm not saying that, because that, you know, these kids are handpicked and they come from other teams. I'm talking about teams in grassroots football, teams who managers have got together. You could say some of these teams they've picked the best, but when you've got a team that has the best and they haven't picked them and they're not taking them from other teams, this is what I'm saying. I'm talking about the balances when you're developing teams and teams get stronger. The stronger teams are starting to get disliked in grassroots football, not respected. The weaker teams are loved because teams want to beat them week in, week out and get themselves a win. They really do. And to me, this is the experiment that will go wrong in grassroots football. This will destroy grassroots football. So what do? How do we bring all these teams together? We're trying to do leagues, obviously, with the levels, different levels, but even the different levels, when the top team wins, it's the other levels who dislike them. They don't want to play them because it's the better team. But come on, the best, where do you go? The best team must win, or the best team wins, and the best team should win. Where's all that gone? And I think you know what I'm talking about here. So if you've got anything that you'd like to add to it, mal@don'ttexttheline.com. gmail.com. Let's all keep it friendly and let's know your point of view on what I'm talking about here. The weaker teams are respected, the stronger teams are very disliked, and it's grassroots football. We should all be supporting these teams because these kids might one day grow up to play for your favourite team in the Premier League. You never know. All players I'm talking about, not teams. Anyway, we know how hard it is to make it in the Premier League itself, so good luck to all the teams and good luck to everyone. We'll be back on the Christmas Eve show. Yes, to wish everyone all the very, very best for over the Christmas period. But in the meantime, all I can do is respect you for watching in and tuning into our show. Thank you so much indeed. We've come to the end of another show. We'll be back tomorrow on Christmas Eve. From myself, Marley, and all the team here at the Grassroots Show, don't cross the line, respect programme, heart of gold, no ref, no game. What more could you say except put your feet up, relax, and let's hope that you can have a glass of wine or a nice brew and just contemplating on Christmas Eve. See you tomorrow. God bless.